Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka That Reseller Guy, coming to you with another video on a Monday morning. We got a few things we got to talk about today. We're not going to mess around at the beginning. Let's get going. All right, if you're new here, you're watching this channel for the first time, my name is Mike. I go by That Reseller Guy. I sell items on eBay, Amazon. I have a collectibles booth at an antique mall that I sell stuff at. I sell sports cards at a couple different locations. So I sell a little bit of everything, just about everywhere. I've been doing this full time for quite a while, so I have this little channel that I talk to you about reselling and other things. So we're going to get into a few things today. We're going to go over sales from the weekend on eBay. I didn't sell anything on Amazon. And we're going to talk about a little bit different topic, and we're going to do that first. And that's going to be like if I was doing this as just a part-time gig. Like let's say I had a full-time job, part-time job, I'm a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, anything like that. And I was just doing this part-time, I would be doing things a lot differently. So if this was just a part-time gig for me, I'd be looking at doing things just a little bit differently. I would still be selling stuff on Amazon, but I'd be looking to sell the better items on there. I wouldn't be selling cheap items on there. I'd be looking to use some local resources. Let me go over some of those things with you. It's kind of my tips. It's not like there are any special secrets, but we're going to go over them today and talk about how I might be doing things differently if I was just doing this part-time. So number one, yes, I would be selling on eBay. I'd be looking to sell those higher dollar items, those good quality items, probably $30, $40 and higher, those types of items on eBay. I wouldn't be selling the $1, the $3, the $5, $10 items. I probably wouldn't be looking to pick up those type of items to sell on eBay. I'd be looking to make some contacts here locally at some of the resale shops. I mean, I think we all know about places like Play It Again Sports. Yes, they don't pay top dollar because they obviously have to make a profit and resell the items themselves. But there are many items that you can find out there: golf clubs, tennis rackets, pickleball equipment. I've actually been finding quite a bit of pickleball equipment here recently. I've probably bought 5 or 6 pickleball paddles. A couple that I have here I've never played, but I would like to play. I have some friends that do, so hopefully they can go out there and teach me. I've given a couple away to people that do play. I found brand new pickleball paddles for just a few dollars. So places like Play Again Sports are looking for these type of items that you can take in and get cash immediately for these things. If you watch Harry Tornado, if you watch his channel, he does it fairly frequently where he sells golf clubs, golf bags, frisbee golf, frisbees and equipment, other things like that. He's taken in there and showed directly on his video. I actually plan on trying to do something like that shortly. There is one store nearby me, and honestly, I've never sold anything there before. And I have a little total items that I would like to take over there and see if I can start learning what items they sell, how much they sell for, and so I can maybe flip some of these lower dollar items to them. Just like with the sporting goods, there are a lot of used clothing stores out there. We have a few here local. We have one called Buffalo Exchange. We have Plato's Closet, and I know there's quite a few others as well. Now, this is a learning curve as well because they're only taking certain brands, certain items, and they're going to want better stuff as well. So my suggestion with stores like that is go directly into those stores. Ask them what sort of brands they're looking for. Are they really looking for shoes? Are they really looking for tops, sweaters, jackets, whatever it is? And learning what they pay for these items as well as what you can pay for them to make a profit selling to them at a discounted price over what retail would be. A third choice for a reselling store is a kids exchange. Now we have one here. It's called, I gotta look at my sheet. It's called Once Upon a Child. That one's in Tempe. It's next to one of the Goodwills, and that's kind of why I know about the store. And it's one of the stores I've wanted to go into and see what type of prices and what type of items they've been looking for. And again, just sort of get this contact out there to where it is another source where you could sell items to. I know there's plenty of these types of places around. These type of stores sell a little bit of everything, every age range for kids, everything from newborn babies up until probably toddlers, maybe, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old kids. So they have a range of items that they're looking for. And a lot of these items can be found at garage sales, estate sales, and thrift stores. Again, you just have to find out what type of items they're looking for and what they pay the best on. I've never sold to one of these. There is a store nearby, like I said, right next to a Goodwill. I see it all the time, and I see a lot of people going in and out, so it is an option that you could take items there. So those are 3 types of retail stores here: sporting goods, clothes, and kids items. Now, there is another one online as well, and I've used it in the past. It's called Declutter. I haven't used them in years, but I know there's some sources like that online where you can go on there. Declutter is mainly for media. I use them for CDs quite a while back. You scan in your CD, it tells you exactly how much they can pay for that item. They provide free shipping. You box up, you send it to them. Once they receive it, you get your money right away. It worked pretty good for me once when I bought a bunch of CDs. I didn't want to deal with them individually because they were not super high dollar items, and I didn't want to sell one a week for the next, who knows how many years. So I sent it off to them, and I think I had about $100 worth of items that I sent them. So it felt like it was worth it. Now again, these are all places that you will have to sell them for less than you would get on eBay. But here's the benefit. You give it to them, you get your money right away. So if you go to Goodwill, let's say for the next week, you find 5 different items that you could sell to Play It Again Sports. You go in, they buy it, they give you your money, you got it right away, you've made your profit right away. If you put those items on eBay, there's no guarantee that those items are going to sell today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Those items could be sitting up on your shelf, just like some of my stuff, for the next year or two, just waiting to get that sale. So the saying goes, do you want the fast nickel or the slow dime, is how the saying goes. Do you want a little less now, or do you want to wait and get that dime or maybe dollars later on down the road? So it's just something you got to wait. Like I said, if I was doing this part-time, I think I would look into those sources a little more. That way I wouldn't have a garage full of items that I'm sitting around. Like I said, sometimes it takes years for some of these items to sell to find that right buyer for a certain baseball glove, for a certain sports jersey, for a certain pair of pants or belt that you might find. So just weigh the options. If you want the money now, check out some of these stores. There's plenty of them in all the big cities. Go check out the ones near you. If you want to wait a long time to get the money, you want to get top dollar for everything, then go the eBay, the Amazon, the local marketplace route. You can try all those. But it is an option out there for you that you can check some of these other stores out. But like I said, I'm going to check out Play It Again Sports here pretty soon. I got a little tote of items that I want to take over there. There's a couple baseball gloves, some pickleball items, a couple new tennis rackets, and a couple golf items. So I'm going to go over there, check it out, see what they pay, see if they want these items, and use it as an experiment for me and for you guys as well, so you can kind of see how that works. Now let's get into sales. Sales from the weekend. They kind of sucked. Yeah. Sales were pretty slow this weekend. Let me get over to my screen. Sold a total. I think it was 10 items. Let me see. Awaiting shipment. Let me click on awaiting shipment tab because that's the important one. 9 items. 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I only sold 9 items. It was a slow weekend. I sold 0. I had a goose egg for Friday. Never happens. Luckily, Saturday was the best day of the weekend, and I sold a few items on Sunday as well. But like I said, it was not a good sales weekend. $223. That's normally like a one-day total during the week. So, yeah, I don't know what was going on this weekend. Maybe everybody was just excited about playoff football and not buying stuff. But I got a small little pile of stuff back here, so I'll show you those. Plus, I'll go back and show you some key items that sold during the week, because not all the great stuff sells on the weekend. A lot of good sales go on during the week, and I never get to show those items to you as well. So let's go ahead and get into it here. First off, I sold a couple more of these bat decals. These are little numbers that go on the end of bats that baseball players use. You've seen me sell a few of these in the past. If you've watched my channel before, I know there's been some new subscribers recently, so thank you all for coming in and checking out the channel. I appreciate everybody that's coming in here and spending even 1 minute watching these videos. So, I get these on consignment. I have a friend that gets a bunch of these, and we just split the net proceeds. I have them listed at $10 a piece. I sent out a lot of 10 and 15% offers. One person bought 2 of them at 10% off. So they spent $9 per bat decal. After all the fees and everything, we get like $4 and something each on these decals. So they're not huge money makers. They don't take up much storage. They list fast. They ship easy. So it's a great little consignment deal that I have going with a buddy of mine. I did sell 2 sports cards, actually 1 sports card, and for all the cards I have listed, I only sell 1 sports card. That's pretty weak, and it actually sold overnight, so it really just came in this morning. This Joe Panic serial numbered card. This is like a snow parallel. You always see the pictures and they'll pop up better. I think this sold for $7.99 plus shipping. I'll send out eBay standard envelope it went up a penny. It's 64 cents now for eBay standard envelope. These decals, I just put them in a envelope and ship them out with a stamp. I don't have any tracking on these. The way that you can get around some of this, because I have this in sports collectibles like game used memorabilia. Here's how you get around it. Don't do this. I'm not giving you this tip. I'm not telling you to do this because it's cheating. It's not right. Yes, I am. But you put these under the baseball card category. That's how you get around it. You put this in the baseball card category. People will still find your listing. Then you can ship it out eBay standard envelope. Yeah, there's a lot of ways around doing some of these things. I don't want to tell you how to cheat the system, how to cheat eBay and all that. But a lot of people are doing that kind of stuff. All right, next I sold another Magic the Gathering set of cards. These are called Nightmare. One of my favorite cards from back when I used to play. But the value of these just aren't there. It's such a great looking card. It's such a fantastic card. There's 2 of these and it sold for, I think, $3.99, only $2 a card. It was kind of sad selling these for just $2 a card because it was one of my favorite cards back when I used to play when I was, oh wow, really young, like in my early 20s. So yeah, $4 for those. I still got Magic cards to list. They've been selling really good for me. Some of these lower dollar cards that I've been putting in little pairs of 2s like that and selling for like $4, $5, $6 for the pair. It's not great money, but it is money, and it is sales right now when sales are slow. So I'll take any sale right now. The next item is sold, a hockey puck. This is for the San Jose Sharks, and it's for 100 consecutive sellout games. A little commemorative puck. That's what it looks like on the back. Is probably a little stadium giveaway. You got there by Long's Drugs. I don't even think Long's Drugs is around anymore. Anybody over in California can tell me if Long's Drugs is still around. I don't remember if we had them here in Arizona. I don't remember for sure. I know the name though. But this, I think I sold through a discount. Let me bring up my screen because I think I had it like $15 and I gave like 10% off. Yeah, $13.49. So it's bad when $14 sale feels like a good sale from the weekend. I do sell some game replacement parts from time to time. This is one of them. This is from Stop Thief. This is the game computer. It's called the Electronic Crime Scanner. It takes a 9-volt battery. I'm not including the 9-volt battery with it because those things cost like $4, $5, $6, $7 each now. It's ridiculous how much it costs for one 9-volt battery. It's like a big scam for batteries. But yeah, the battery compartment was clean. I tested it. It worked. And this actually sold for pretty good money too. Let me see if I sold it at a discount. I can't remember. I always remember the correct price. No, $14.99. So they spent $15 plus another $6 shipping. So they're spending $20 just to get the crime scanner. The Stop Thief game by itself sells for $50, $60, somewhere in that range. I haven't sold a complete one in it's probably, I think it's 6 months ago. 6 months ago or so, I sold one of them. So if you find this in the thrift store, even if you don't find a complete game, you can still get, $15 or so just for the crime scanner. So it definitely makes it worth it. I sold some cards from the game. I sold some of the game pieces. So you can sell parts for that game. People are definitely trying to complete it because, like I said, it does sell for $50, $60, $70 when it's complete. All right, next, Wisconsin 1994 Rose Bowl football. Brand new in the box, but look, it's squishy. Yeah, these old footballs, this is made by Hutch, which is a cheap brand. These things never stay inflated. If it's more than 5, 10 years old, these things are never inflatable. You can pump it up, but the air is just going to leak out. They put a really cheap bladder inside. Now, you can get those replaced. It's probably expensive. But yeah, it can be done if you really want to display this. But this ball, if you're a Wisconsin fan, this display is pretty nice. Picked it up at a thrift store, even though it was, deflated like this. And let me see what it sold for on here. I don't remember. $19.99. So it sold for $20, plus I think like $12 for shipping. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, but it's going to need a bigger box to ship that out and get it to somebody. It is actually going to Wisconsin. That makes sense since it's the Wisconsin Badgers. I guess they won the Rose Bowl in 1994. All right, 2 more sales. Had a lot of sports related items today. Just not a lot in the card realm. We sold a Don Mattingly autograph photo. I actually bought this, I think, through a Whatnot auction probably 6 months ago. Got it authenticated by JSA. You got their sticker down there. Got the little card on the back. Don Mattingly right there, Donnie Baseball. He's one of my favorite players back in the 80s, partially because we didn't have the Diamondbacks yet. So, whoever the good player is in the league, that tends to be who kids like. So, yeah, I like Don Mattingly. He played for the Yankees. Baseball cards were going crazy at the time. Everybody that collected cards during those days knows the 1984 Don Mattingly rookie cards were the cards to have back then. I've gotten his autograph a couple times in person when he was managing with the Dodgers, so I got him out there. I did not personally get this one, but like I said, I bought it through a Whatnot auction. Great looking photo of Donnie in the dugout there. I did sell this at 10% off. I think I had it at $50, gave a 10% discount, $5 off. Sold it for $45 plus shipping. I'm not making a ton on it. I think I spent $15, $18 for the photo. Had to pay to get it authenticated. So I'm still probably making $20-ish net on that photo, which, not too shabby for just buying something online through Whatnot. This last item is a thrift store find. So this was pretty good. I found a couple Islanders jerseys recently. New York Islanders jersey. Hockey is going on right now. And this is a vintage. What brand is this? Is this Starter? Yeah, this is a vintage Starter brand. I'll go right there. There's what the tag looks like. Really nice jersey. No name on the back. Like this. And this sold, I think it sold full. This sold for full price, $49.99 plus shipping. I had sent out some discount offers on this. I had sent it like a 10 and a 15% off, trying to get the sale on it. Buyers didn't take that, but someone did. Full price, $49.99 plus shipping. So that one's pretty good. I like folding it up like that, so you got the big logo showing. So when they open up the package, it's going to be right there in their face. It's going to look pretty cool. All right, so that's all I have for the week. It's a couple $100 in sales. January has not been a stellar sales month, and I think it's been that way for a lot of people. I was actually just watching, I don't know if any of you watch Craigslist Hunter, you watch Pete. His video that he just put out was talking about his sales for last year and going into this year, what his prediction is. And I pretty much am going to have to agree with him. The last 6 months of last year was pretty flat for me. Sales were down 20-some% from the year before for the last half of the year. And December wasn't anything spectacular like it had been the year before. So far, January, it's going to be down from what I did last year, probably by about 20 to 25%. I haven't looked at the exact numbers. Plus, we still actually got a couple of days here left in the month. So I'm hoping things pick up this year. But yeah, Pete, as he put in his video, he's not real optimistic about selling online this year. We'll see. Everything comes down to what items you have. Because if you have the right items in the right categories, you'll do fantastic. And we'll get into that as I transition into the what sold the last week items. Because these first two items, if you have these type of items, you price them right, they're going to sell almost immediately, just like these two items. I found a couple of video games when I did one of my thrift runs last week, got them listed, and they sold the same day. One of them sold within an hour. The first one was a Super Mario for Wii. And again, let me get over to my screen so I can find out the exact prices that these sold for. So Super Mario for Wii, I think it sold for like $25, $25.99 plus shipping. It's a game that's very popular. That red box pops out at you if you see it in a thrift store, or, garage sale, estate sale, any of that stuff. The other one, honestly, I didn't even know that it was as good as it was. It was at the same store. They must have just put out a bunch of video games. The cart wasn't out anymore, but there was a bunch of video games up there, and they had a bunch of Grand Theft Autos. And those sell at my collectibles booth pretty well for that $8 to $10 range. So I just grabbed them all. They were all clean discs. They also had the maps inside. Got home, and I was checking them out. And one of them, when I checked out the price on Price Charting, it's an app that you can use to check video game prices. It jumped out at like $75 for the game. And I'm checking. I'm like, is this correct? $75? Why is this worth so much more than the other Grand Theft Autos? And just honestly, I don't know why. Maybe it's just a very popular game. I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I can't read my screen over here. It is Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories for PS2. This was a super clean disc, had the maps. Even though Price Charting said $75, I listed mine at $79.99, and it sold within an hour. So there's a good chance I could have even got more than that, $80, and I paid it was marked $3.29, I think, at the store. So probably with my coupon, I got it for under $3, and it sold immediately at $80. So yes, sales are slow, but if you have those types of items, they will sell like that. So definitely look for Vice City Stories and Mario Wii, but you already know that. All right, here's some other cool items so I'm going to have to keep looking over at my screen. I sold a 1985 Topps USFL partial set. Yeah, you remember the USFL from back in the 80s, back when Herschel Walker and Steve Young and Jim Kelly and Reggie White, all those guys played in the USFL right out of college. This was a set that was minus 12 cards. So someone had taken the top 12 cards out of there, and this was the rest of the set. No big names in there. But it still sold for $40 with free shipping. Didn't have the box. $40 for that partial set, so that was pretty good. I sold a balance board. I don't know if it's pronounced Indo or Indo. I always pronounce it Indo, but Indo would make sense as well. So it's a balance board trainer. It's probably like this long. Found it at a Savers for, I think I paid like $12 for it. And it sold for $59.99 plus shipping. Luckily, it was only going over to California, so shipping was pretty cheap. Honestly, I think it cost under $10 to ship it over to California, even though it weighed like 7 or 8 pounds and was a pretty big package. So keep an eye out for those Indo balance boards. They also make a roller that it goes on. This didn't include the roller. I just sold the board. The roller part itself sells for $20, $25, maybe even $30. So keep an eye out for those. Something else that sold. A bobblehead, a Buffalo Bills bobblehead. Go Bills. All right, well, not Go Bills. They're out of the playoffs now. But this was a bobblehead that I found at a Goodwill. One day I went in, and they literally had a cart full of loose bobbleheads. Someone must have brought in their entire collection. So I checked out lots of them that were on there. There was probably 70 to 80 bobbleheads on this cart. I don't think I have the picture anymore. I took a picture and sent it to somebody, but I don't think I have that picture anymore. If I do, I'll throw it up here, but I don't think so. There was one particular that was a Buffalo Bills player, Joe. We'll just say Joe D, because I can never pronounce his name correctly, and neither could anybody else. That's why everybody calls him Joe D. Pretty sure he's in the Football Hall of Fame. Pretty sure. And this one sold for $80. $80 for a bobblehead of one that most people, probably 90% of the general public, probably 99% of the general public, has never heard of. So it's not always the big name guys that you're looking for. Sometimes it's the obscure guys that sell for more money. The next item right after that, these sold like the same day. So I had a really good day last week. This was an autographed ASU, Arizona State University. You know, I'm here in Arizona. Go D-backs. Autographed football helmet. This was another thrift store find. Yeah, this was marked $29.99 at a thrift store. They had put it into a, we'll just say a clear bag and put it on the sporting goods shelf. And as soon as I walked in the store, I saw it from literally 100 yards away, it felt like, and got over there as quick as I could. I just saw the helmet on the shelf, picked it up, and saw that it was autographed. Now, it did take me a minute to realize that to see if it was either a stamped autograph or if it was actually on the helmet autographed. And it was all autographed. It was $30 in the store. I always get to use a coupon, so I got it for 24 bucks. Got home and started doing some of the research. It helped that on the helmet, they had written 2006 and the date that they got all the signatures or that they got it. So I was doing some research, identified some of the players. The coach was on there. Before I could even identify them all, someone bought it at full price, $249.99. So yeah, $250 for that helmet. That definitely helped out my sales from last week because, like I said, it's been a fairly slow month. That day selling the $250 and the $80 item definitely helped. Now, let me see if I got anything. All right, two more items. One is another autograph, but this is of an astronaut. I love autographed astronaut items. Now, they're fairly hard to find, but every once in a while at our little local auction that we have, they pop up from time to time. I've bought 3 or 4 or 5 items. This one here is Scott Carpenter. He was a member, I'm looking at my screen, he was a member of the Mercury astronaut program. And this is an autograph on like a motor oil ad. So he must have been doing a special promotion for Pennzoil or whichever company it was. This sold for $60 plus shipping. I think I had it, I don't know, $70 or $80. Somebody sent me an offer for $60. And I've probably had that for 2, 3, 4 years, quite a while. I was in no hurry to sell it. He passed away a decade ago, so he's not like he's signing any new items, and just waiting for that right buyer to come along. I think it is going out of the country. It went to one of these places in Florida that you see kind of a weird coat on that you know it's going overseas to somebody. But I got $60 for that. That was, like I said, I picked that up at a little local auction. And the oddest item to sell, I'll show this next one. I had this in my store a while back. I thought it was still listed in my store, and I was actually going to take it out of my inventory and just get rid of it because I hadn't sold. And I realized it wasn't listed anymore for some reason. I don't know if who knows how long it's been sitting unlisted in my inventory. It was actually up on like the top part of my shelf up here, so I could barely see it. It is a 1984 box of 30 maxi pads, new Freedom maxi pads. So I don't know if someone's going to use these. I put in my listing that it could be used as a movie or TV prop. They're used for that sometimes. Maybe there's collectors of these items. I don't know. But when I relisted it at $29.99, it sold within the hour. So I can't tell you, hey, go to the thrift stores and start looking for vintage maxi pads. But if you come across them, it could happen most likely at an estate sale where you might have an older person that had like a cabinet full of stuff that just never got used. So a place you might want to look there. But yeah, there's odd items out there that sell. All right, that's it for today. I hope you found this video informative, entertaining, and whatever else. But like I said, there has been a fair amount of new people coming in. My video I did last week about thrifting up in Scottsdale in the rich area of town sort of took off like on Sunday. It took off like 3 or 4 days after I posted it. It's kind of weird. Let me go and see what the view count is on that right now, which my normal videos might get a couple hundred views or something as it, you know, for a good video that I put out right now. Let me look. Let me see. I haven't checked to see where it was updated at. As of right now, it's at 1K views. Yeah, I got 1,000 views and it generated a fair amount of new subscribers to the video. So thanks to anybody that's still watching this long that came to this channel because of that video. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's in here. That, like I said, if you watch the video for 1 minute or for the 20 minutes of this video, I thank you today. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. These type of stores sell just about everything from little brand new kids,